I had a disease that I didn't know I had. And there's part of this disease is denial. And for a lot of years, I lived in denial that I had a problem. And I was living a lifestyle like as if, there weren't police and that nothing would ever happen to me. And it did. And I ended up arrested in front of my mother with a lot of dope. Doesn't matter what kind, but it was a lot. And it was enough that was going to send me away and do some time. And the seriousness of this disease is everybody knew I was going to do time except for me because denial. In my own head, somehow I was going to get out of the trouble that I got myself into. And even though the lawyer was telling me that it carried mandatory guidelines, I was still going to get out of it. And why I'm here initially what got me here was just trying to get some notes signed and go to rehabs and try to get a bunch of paperwork in order so when I got in front of a judge, he'd look at me and say, "Oh, you've been a nice little boy. Don't ever let me see you again." We all know how that worked out. My first drug in life was fantasy, and I guess I was fantasizing about the judge just, patting me on the shoulder and saying, "I'm giving you another chance." But you know what? Life is real. And I lived in a fantasy even before I ever took drugs, and the drugs just magnified it. I had no idea how to do life, how to be responsible, and anything I ever tried before I got here didn't work. And I can't honestly say that I ever really worked at anything that I ever tried. It was usually just a means of trying to appease somebody for a moment in time to get them off my back, whether it was relatives, girlfriend, employers. And, as soon as things cooled down, I'd be right back at doing whatever it was I was doing. If I wasn't already doing it, just hiding it better.